Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just have to go there. Now, what we have today is a conversation. Now, this is announcing to certain people, look, I can't do nothing for you. I can only provide you information. I don't have the time to work with anyone one on one. It just doesn't work that way. I do, ever since I saw Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, my favorite Star Trek of all time, believe it or not. If you have not seen Ricardo Montalban and Captain Kirk, James T. Kirk, William Shatner, and Mr. Spock, Leonard Nimoy, and the fact that he goes into the reactor chamber and he gets exposed to radiation and he is about to die, and he tells the captain of the ship the needs of the one outweigh the needs of the many. He said the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one. Ladies and gentlemen, I have held on to that since the day I heard it. When I was a child, my teacher asked us to tell the class what was our purpose in life. Yeah, our teacher asked us that. That wasn't part of the curriculum, but she asked us. And I told her my purpose was to help people. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm fulfilling my purpose. However, I have to say this because it's very important. Just because my purpose is to help people doesn't mean that I am here to help you individually. So don't ask. Don't tell, but don't ask, because that's not my job to help you as an individual. My job is to give you the information so you can help yourself. That's right, it's an all-you-can-eat smorgasbord. Go and help yourself to whatever it is that's on the menu, because that's not my job to feed you. You're not an invalid. You have the same capabilities as anyone else, including me. I keep trying to tell you all, I'm the one who laid on an operating table that they said was going to be a vegetable for the rest of my life. I'm the one who, this is your brain on drugs, who they fried my brain. So please do not come to me talking to me about how you're not capable of doing something, how you're not as smart as the next guy. If I could fake it till you make it. If I could fake knowing how to read for 6 years, 6 years, I faked knowing how to read. I had to teach myself how to read again. It wasn't that I didn't recognize words. It's that I didn't recognize words. Yeah, I could say them. Memory. I remembered the words. I just didn't understand the words. Understand how they went together. I didn't understand comprehension. I could not put the words together. I could form sentences. That was easy. Everybody else said, yeah, you sound the same, but I wasn't the same. I had to teach myself how to read again. So if I can do that to myself, but I don't have 6 years, Mr. Eon. Stop calling me Mr. Eon. My name is not Mr. That's not even part of my name. Well, you call us sirs. I call every guy a sir and every woman a ma'am. No, I don't call every woman a ma'am. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, you may not have 6 years, but you have time to study. Now, hold on now. I am not providing the following information to the public. If you schedule a consult, you can have access to this information. I haven't even given it to the groups that I'm helping. Why? The following, no, not that. Get out of here. Give me 1 second. It's this one right here. See, the layout. Now, I want y'all to understand something. This is for businesses. So, and this is for businesses. Sole proprietorships. Hold on. What I just added to this was the sole proprietorship section. That's this section down here. Tells you the forms, tells you the lines, tells you how the formula goes together, tells you which ones you're going to need to fill out. See? Sole proprietorship application. How does it apply to sole proprietorships with $500 million income? Hold on now. You all didn't believe me when I told you about the $400 billion lawsuit. You all didn't understand that the law does not require us to have won the lawsuit. The law just required us to document the debt. That lawsuit is not over, so don't you dare fret. I ain't finished. But the amount of financial assets created as a result. Now, you're not going to do the whole $64 trillion. Lord have mercy, don't do that. You're not going to do the whole $400 billion. Don't do that. Did you know that you could? Okay, let me go ahead and ask the system. And I'm going to add that information to this just so that you guys will understand. Wake up, wake up. Now, I have a question. We're not adding this to the document. You're just going to answer the question. I became part of a lawsuit that was suing the Federal Reserve and 150 plus membered banks for $400 billion, comma, by law, comma, including IRS tax topic 453, comma, I didn't have to go to court. The only thing I needed to do was prove that this was a bona fide debt. Period. The person filing the class action lawsuit, comma, identified the debt before the court, comma, thus that part was satisfied. And by law, I get to record this debt not as a debt, but as an asset. And because it has a marketed value, a financial value, economic interest, meaning I have a property interest in the $400 billion times 150 plus entities who are all in default, comma, I have the right to record that debt. Isn't that what the law says, without nuances or clarifications or mischaracterizations? Stop listening. It's not going to like this question because it's $400 billion, and $400 billion is a lot, but yes, a bona fide debt owed to you is an asset. Now, it used the word bona fide because that's a question. A bona fide debt, pay attention, a legal claim to money is a choose in action. A choose in action is a property right. Oh, I reached my limit. Oh, snappity wappity. But I just started talking. I haven't asked any questions this morning. Oh, no, I did do it the sole proprietorship. When a class action is filed, the named plaintiff carries the burden of identifying the claim, and the class before the court. The class members are bound by and benefit from the action without individual appearance. That is the function of a class action under Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. However, a debt that is owed to you is recorded as an asset under general accepted accounting principles and under federal law. A receivable, a debt someone owes you, is an asset on your books. Wake up. Well, I don't want to count it as a loss. I want to count it as income because that's my choose in action. Stop listening. He's having a problem because of the amount, correct? A choose in action with determinable documented financial value is income. When you have dominion over it, that is what the law says. The Supreme Court defines it. Elsner says it. Choose in action has market value and therefore reportable income. But you don't choose the whole 400 billion. Wake up. That's $64 trillion. Comma, I am not trying to document $64 trillion on my tax filings, comma, only on my books, comma, my ledgers, comma, my journals, but I only want to document on an annual basis $1 million as income and $2 million as net operating losses regarding the debt, because I get to choose which part of that financial asset I want to recognize as a debt and which part of the financial asset I want to recognize as income. And I want to choose to pay 38% on the $1 million in income tax. And I want to choose to pay 48% over the 38% tax rate, comma, I know I can do it because the facts and conclusions of law that's included in the document entitled Field Tax Form Layouts, which we're going to change the name to Tax Formed Field Layouts, field says that this is my right. So I need you to explain how this is possible, comma, how it can be done, comma, why I have the right to do it, comma, and what forms are necessary, comma, can you do that for me and provide me the completed document by adding this section after the sole proprietorship section? Because I will be filing this as a sole proprietorship because this is documented as banking business since it's business with the Federal Reserve that's being documented. Banking, open paren, Presidential Proclamation 2039, comma, banking institution defined as any person engaged in any other form of banking business, therefore identifying this and me as a banking institution and a banking matter, and therefore, comma, business, close paren, stop listening. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize, but I don't have a lot of time. I have less than 4 minutes because this is early in the morning. Gotta find me another. Gotta get up early in the morning. Okay, Eddie Murphy wasn't the only one. I even wanted her to have my child early in the morning to find me another. What? Y'all remember all of that? I got them sitting outside right now. I get to listen to that every single morning. Anyway, I'm putting this together. He's reading the PDF. He's reading to find out how to best do this document for me. Okay? You all get to do the same thing. You all get to do the same thing. Okay, no, hold on now. This is not for the people who had a consult previously. This is not for the people who didn't watch the consult video. I'm not just going to be handing it out like candy. People have to specifically ask for this during current consultations. Now, hold on now. Those of you who know my consultations, you know I give documents for free all the time. Hold on. Let me see if y'all understand. Because many of y'all don't understand. Because I told y'all, this ain't about the money. This is Telegram. This is the Eon Consultation Room. These are the documents that are given to people. They don't have to pay for it. And oh, I even give them no I. Give them the link to no I. You need no I. No I is no I. No I. Oh I. Okay, look at that. And he's done the best practices and he's putting it together. You notice he didn't say, oh no, you can't do that, homie. Man, that ain't gonna work. See, we pay our taxes because we don't want to be accused of trying to take advantage of anything or anyone. We're going to pay our taxes. We're going to pay our taxes, and we're going to pay the highest tax rate, which is 37%. I add and bring it to 38. Then I add another 42% because 32 plus 42, 38 plus 42 is what? 80%. I pay 80%. Why? Because I want that 43% in overpayment being refunded. I don't want to do it for 3 billion. I don't want to do it for 8 million because I'm not trying to rock the boat, rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. Don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. Okay, we're not trying to rock the boat, y'all. Hey, did I bring back some memories with that one? I know. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not the way this goes. We're not trying to cause any problems. We're not trying to rock the boat. I know you're going to, because some of you are stupid, you're going to want to do it for more than $1 million because you think you're worth that. This ain't about your worth, morons. This is about, I don't want to cause any waves. I'm not trying to disrupt the system. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. Okay? Ain't gonna hurt nobody. What? Oh, y'all think I just know a little bit of song? No. I wake up like this every morning. I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. I just wanted to bring this to y'all attention, okay? Gotta go. Take care of yourselves.